Well, the truth is, it's been a professional journey that I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. To achieve what we have achieved in these years is something unthinkable. But of course, it fills me with happiness, satisfaction, and pride. The thing is, that's in the past now. We are now moving forward to achieve success in future. Well, it's changed a lot. I think the role has been practically turned on its head. And when I started, the role was sort there, shoehorned in, not very well known. These days, I think the position is very important in the building of a club squad, and I think the current system is being more logical than the past. We're talking about the person who manages nearly 60 to 70% of the functions of the club, which is why I think it needs to have important standing. I think it's the key. Being able to have scouts means you can have good networks. You can have access to information generated from the different competitions, which is fundamental to making decisions. It's like turning the light on when you're in a dark room. When you're in a dark room, you have two options. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can try to have the capacity to open your eyes and see what's out there. I think scouts give you that capacity. Unai for me is one of the top coaches in the football world, and his biggest quality is his working capacity. He's a person that gives an awful lot. He dedicates a lot of time to his job, he loves his job and transmits all his capacities, all his intelligence, and all his know how for a good team. Well, in Rome, there were two different phases. The first year was a successful year, a magical year, where we managed to get results that hadn't been seen in 25 years, qualifying for the semi-finals of the Champions League and finishing third in the league. And the second year, well, football has an in-game factor that didn't turn out so well, but I don't think it was extremely bad either. The day I left Roma, the team was fifth, 1 point off the Champions League spot, which was the primary objective. But the truth is, I think some mistakes were made in the second year. The reason, well, it's difficult to analyze in a short interview like this, but obviously decisions were made that weren't right. But I still have a good taste in my mouth because I think in the first 12 months we experienced unthinkable and magical moments. In the end, we believed it was the moment to stop. We reached the decision with the club and the board, and I wish Roma the best possible future. Fundamentally, the knowledge, the ideas in the minds of a chairman and the board man's mind. And I left when I did because I thought I needed a change to find new challenges. I experienced that in Rome in a very intense way, and I thought it was the moment to come back. Sevilla gave me the chance, and I'm very happy to be here again. Well, right now, the fundamental aim the club has to continue growing to see stable growth for the future, where rivals are more and more prepared. That's why we have to be more and more ambitious, more ready, more capable to go in the direction club wants, which is to establish itself in European elite. Well, I think the player you can be most proud of having discovered alongside my colleagues in the scouting scheme is Dani Alves, no? Among other reasons, because he's now the player with most titles ever won. He was the perfect project and unknown player we were able to find. and who we gave the time to grow, who we saw grow, who won titles, and was then sold in a very important transfer. And what's more, he still loves this club, so he's the perfect example. Being ahead of the other clubs, trying to get any information that can be valuable, and having the mechanisms necessary to access that information. Basically, what I said at that moment is Italian football with respect to what I experienced with Roma. It's a diverse club, it's different to Sevilla with the social and media repercussions it has. It's a club with the capacity to generate emotions and informations which, positive or negative, are really big. Which is why working at that level wasn't easy, and that allowed me to grow. With respect to different styles of football, of course, there are differences. In Italy, they have more tactical, methodical, and measured game. In Spanish football, there is more emphasis on capacity of each player to make decisions, and simultaneously in Italian football everything is considered more categorized. Well, it isn't easy, but if you had to narrow it down to ability to work, ability to delegate, and ability to make sacrifices, all of that is tied together with good communication with the coach. I think those are the parameters of a good sporting director. I think when you consider the elite scouting operations, Fabio Parasiti of Juventus has to be up there. I think Andrea Berta of Atletico Madrid is up there. I think of Maitan Zorc of Borussia Dortmund. I think those three have to be the scouting directors with the biggest reputations in the footballing world. I think Sevilla promotes the internationalization of its brand, and you can't leave out such an important market that's growing as much fast as Indian market is. I think we need to try and expand in a lot of directions, and one of those directions needs to be India.